Damascus is the capital and the second largest city of Syria after Aleppo. It is commonly known in Syria as Ash-Sham and nicknamed as the City of Jasmine. In addition to being one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, Damascus is a major cultural and religious center of the Levant. The city has an estimated population of 1,711,000. Located in southwestern Syria, Damascus is the center of a large metropolitan area of 2.6 million people. Geographically embedded on the eastern foothills of the Anti-Lebanon mountain range 80 kilometers inland from the eastern shore of the Mediterranean, on a plateau 680 meters above sea level, Damascus experiences a semi-arid climate because of the rain-shadow effect. The Barada River flows through Damascus. First settled in the 2nd millennium BC, it was chosen as the capital of Umayyad Caliphate from 661 to 750. After the victory of the Abbasid dynasty, the seat of Islamic power was moved to Baghdad. Damascus saw a political decline throughout the Abbasid era, only to regain significant importance in the Ayyubid and Mamluk periods. During Ottoman rule, the city decayed while maintaining a certain cultural prestige. Today, it is the seat of the central government and all of the government ministries. Names and etymology. The name of Damascus first appeared in the geographical list of Thutmose III as Tmsq in the 15th century BC. The etymology of the ancient name of Tmsq is uncertain, but it is suspected to be pre-Semitic. It is attested as Damascus in Akkadian, Timus KW in Egyptian, Damascus in Old Aramaic and Damascus in Biblical Hebrew. The Akkadian spelling is found in the Amarna letters, from the 14th century BC. Later Aramaic spellings of the name often include an intrusive resh, perhaps influenced by the root drive, meaning dwelling. Thus, the Qumranic Damzek, and Damsuk in Syriac. The English and Latin name of the city is Damascus, which was imported from Greek. Delta Alpha Mu Alpha Sigma Kappa Omicron Sigma, which originated in Aramaic, a well-watered place. In Arabic, the city is called Damascus Sham, although this is often shortened to either Damak or Ash-Sham by the citizens of Damascus, of Syria and other Arab neighbors and Turkey. Ash-Sham is an Arabic term for Levant, and for Syria, the latter, and particularly the historical region of Syria, is called Biladu Sham. Geography. Damascus was built in a strategic site on a plateau 680 meters above sea level and about 80 kilometers inland from the Mediterranean, sheltered by the Anti-Lebanon mountains, supplied with water by the Barada River, and at a crossroads between trade routes. The north-south route connecting Egypt with Asia Minor, and the east-west cross-desert route connecting Lebanon with the Euphrates River Valley. The Anti-Lebanon mountains mark the border between Syria and Lebanon. The range has peaks of over 10,000 feet, and intercepts precipitations from the Mediterranean Sea, so that the region of Damascus is sometimes subject to droughts. However, in ancient times this was mitigated by the Barada River, which originates from mountain streams fed by melting snow. Damascus is surrounded by Ghouta, an oasis where many vegetables, cereals, fruits have been farmed since ancient times. Maps of Roman Syria indicate that the Barada River emptied into a lake of some size east of Damascus. Today it is called Bahira Atabar, the hesitant lake, because in years of severe drought it does not even exist. The modern city has an area of 105 square kilometers, out of which 77 square kilometers is urban, while Jabal Kasharoun occupies the rest. The old city of Damascus, enclosed by the city walls, lies on the south bank of the river Barada, which is almost dry left. To the southeast, north and northeast it is surrounded by suburban areas whose history stretches back to the Middle Ages. Midden in the southwest, Saruja and Amara in the north and northwest. These neighborhoods originally arose on roads leading out of the city, near the tombs of religious figures. In the 19th century, outlying villages developed on the slopes of Jabal Kasharoun, overlooking the city. Already the site of the Al-Salif Higher neighborhood centered on the important shrine of Sheikh Muhi al-Din ibn Arabi. These new neighborhoods were initially settled by Kurdish soldiery and Muslim refugees from the European regions of the Ottoman Empire, which had fallen under Christian rule. Thus they were known as Al-Akrad and Al-Muhajirin. They lay 2 to 3 kilometers north of the old city. From the late 19th century on, a modern administrative and commercial center began to spring up to the west of the old city, around the Barada, centered on the area known as Al-Marjer or the Meadow. Al-Marjer soon became the name of what was initially the central square of modern Damascus, with the city hall on it. The courts of justice, post office and railway station stood on higher ground slightly to the south. A Europeanized residential quarter soon began to be built on the road leading between Al-Marjer and Al-Salif Higher. The commercial and administrative center of the new city gradually shifted northward slightly towards this area. In the 20th century, newer suburbs developed north of the Barada, and to some extent to the south, invading the Ghouta oasis. In 1956–1957, the new neighborhood of Yarmouk became a second home to thousands of Palestinian refugees. City planners preferred to preserve the Ghouta as far as possible, and in the later 20th century some of the main areas of development were to the north, in the western Mezze neighborhood, and most recently along the Barada Valley and Duma in the northwest and on the slopes of the mountains at Burtsa. In the northeast, poorer areas, often built without official approval, have mostly developed south of the main city. Damascus used to be surrounded by an oasis, the Ghouta region, watered by the Barada River. The Fijeh spring, west along the Barada Valley, used to provide the city with drinking water. The Ghouta oasis has been decreasing in size with the rapid expansion of housing and industry in the city, and it is almost dry. It has also become polluted due to the city's traffic, industry, and sewage. Climate. Its climate is classified as cool steppe climate in Köppen Geiger system. Due to the rain-shadow effect of the anti-Lebanon mountains and the prevailing ocean currents, summers are dry and hot with less humidity. Winters are cool and somewhat rainy. Snowfall is infrequent. Annual rainfall is around 130 mm, occurring from October to May.